so I think it's mostly for the U.S. Forest Service internal purpose. So we don't do this today. So and there is also this forest inventory analysis data. Like I said, if you go to the FIA data mart, and you can download the required format of the data from there also. First, we will begin with the user supplied data. Like you can download it from here. Blank, FVS database. So this is a zip folder. You can go and download this. So once you download, you can realize that there are different formats of blank database sheets, like I was saying, access data, and other SQLite data format, and Excel format. So you can choose from whatever you are comfortable with, but for this exercise, we are doing Excel thing, so we just use this blank database in the Excel format. So extract that. And then get that. So I've already done that. Once you do this, you have this blank database. You can open that blank database. You can see that there are three different worksheets in this file. Like one is FVS stand initialization or init stand init, and there is also FVS plot initialization worksheet and FVS tree initialization worksheet. So there are different data tables that need to go into this worksheet. So there used to be another file also, like worksheet also earlier, which was mostly about the keywords that was used to connect between different tables and databases. But it looks like they have get rid of that one in this current blank database. So the FVS tree initialization worksheet, this one. So they have this column defined for you already, what data you need. So there are a lot of attributes that could be filled in this worksheet, but we don't need to fill all those information to run the model. So there are kind of minimum attributes that you need to have to run the model, and if you have more attributes or more variables, then it's better for the model run. It predicts better when you have more information. So, but there are like basic requirements like DBH, species, and tree, other information regarding the tree level information. So this FVS tree initialization is tree level data. Each of these rows will have a data for each individual trees, and these columns are actually, like you can see, the attributes of individual trees. So that's a tree level data. And the other important worksheet is stand initialization, FVS stand initialization. So this is about a stand, like an area which you are going to get the forest metrics for. Like you would be interested to look at what is the basal area of QMD and other information of that entire area, not a single plot or individual tree level. So you need to have some other additional information of that stand, like what is the age of the stand, what is the forest type, and other kind of information that's broadly defined for a stand. So that we will come there in the later part. Also, they have this FBS plot initialization worksheet. We are not doing that here today, but sometimes if you are interested, and it's optional, sometimes you might be interested to just to grow trees at a plot level. mostly this would be required when we are doing some kind of calibration or research-oriented work to see how the plots are growing compared to the observation, how the model is doing. So I calibrate and validate the model. So that's optional thing. But for management purpose, we mostly use stand information and tree level information. For like I said, for a stand table, each of these rows would be for individual stands, different type of stands, and for plots, individual rows would be for plots, and for trees, for trees. So that's how it goes. And so why do they need a different kind of tables? So like I said, sometimes you need to do analysis by stand and sometimes by plot. So and it's easier for the software to have different tables, and so that it can read from and do analysis. So even if it's like a little difficult for us in the beginning to format the data to feed in this model, so in the ultimately when you are done with the formatting of the data, that would be very easy for you to do a lot of multiple runs and do different kind of scenarios, prediction for different kind of scenarios. So it's the data formatting part is a little difficult. Otherwise, yeah, model running part will be easier for you in the FVS. Do you have any questions or anything?
Is this the assignment that's due on Thursday?
What was that?
Is this the assignment that's due on Thursday, or are you just reading this?
I think next week it will be assignment. I haven't put the actual assignment for this today, so maybe later today I'll post it. So and then we will. I don't know how actually it works. So I was thinking like we will do some assignment related work on Friday, and maybe yeah, some part of this and some additional part that we can do with looking into what are different kind of data auditing thing to see if your data is good or not once you input your data. So if we can do that in the Friday a little bit, and then we can design an exercise or assessment.
Right, so I don't think this is generating an assignment yet. So are you thinking about the assignment from the end of Wednesday?
Is it like the FVS book from last week?
Right, no, that was, I think it was, did we set that up for today, but we can extend it tomorrow. It can be extended. But that one is using this, like the stock data set. You're just using a stand that's already in there. We've moved now to like creating our own data sets to bring in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so there are a few weeks that we do with the FVS, so maybe there will be a couple of assignments. So.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there somewhere on FVS on the website that tells you the parameters of your database?
Yes, yeah. What does those mean? Like, is that your question?
Right.
What are
what correct format you
Yeah.
put in the cells?
Yeah, they have this whole PDF or manual that's I think they have in the website there. Yeah, it's called FVS Essential, and they have other long name also. So you have all the you can get all the information about the model, and if you get some kind of error, you can. They have this posted on that also, like what error means what you need to do for that error to manage those errors. So and then I have put some of the there are regarding the attribute information that is used in this which are used in this files. I put some of those in the end of this manual also, like this what each of those in the pre-initialization table and the standing initialization table would mean, and how what are the format of the data. So that's in the appendix also. So now we have so we know how these tables are established under the FBS, and so we know that there are different tables for stand, plot, and tree, but they need to have some common themes. such as we can see there is a field called stand ID, and in each of in this stand ID you have there is stand ID in each of these worksheets. So what these tables are doing is when they have to do cross analysis, they take this common field and use it to do like to summarize by either by plot or by stand. So you need to have those common fields like that's connecting stand with the tree ID and stand with the plot ID, so that they get they communicate and they do analysis based on that. So that so there are you can see there are a lot of couple of common fields also that go in each of these data. So now, so we understand about the data required. Now we were looking into some of the examples that is posted in the Moodle from the University of Florida. They have this data that we have been using from last year also, I think, and it's from Florida. So they have a different tree level data and stand level data. You can see those data, what they look like, and how you can bring those information into the FVS. So for instance, so this is the tree data that we get from the actual cruising field inventory. So these are this was from one of those software. So if you look into this data, it looks like yeah, most of these attributes are relatable to the FVS data. So it looks like they designed this to match with FVS. When they get this data, it will be easier for them to input into the FVS. So they have stratum ID, which corresponds to stand ID and plot information, and a number of trees for that, and then other information that are required for the model to run. So yeah, species, DBH, and morchetable height, tree and height. So those kind of information are there. This is a tree list file, and then there is another file called stand data, which is also Excel file, and it has information for the stands that were in the used in the tree level data. So there are 3 different stands in this field inventory, and there is the name of the variant and all other information that is required for you to input into the worksheet, the blank worksheet that we have seen earlier. So it has information, like I said, the location, where is it from, where are those stands from, and ecoregion, age of the forest, and other information that you need to. And in the Moodle, I also have this U of stands map. So once you input your data, if you have your map, like a special map from GIS or any other format, I think yeah, I was able to get into the GIS save file for this purpose. So if you have a save file, then you can upload that, like the data, you can upload it also, and then see your outputs or results in the map format also. So that's the input you will need. So I've tried to put the steps that you should go through, and in the manual. So, and also I try to put what are the variable names in the data from the field, and what are the corresponding column that is related to the FBS tree level data. So there are some names that are not directly like matching, so you should see what goes with what. For instance, there's information called tree in the cruising data, so it would mean like you need to put that information in the tree ID in the blank worksheet. So likewise, the SPC would go under species and the DBH height. They are like kind of obvious, like they will go into diameter and height in the FVS table. So these are kind of minimum data input that you need to have for the FVS to run from the tree list data. And for the stand data, similarly, like you have you go into this blank database and you select the stand initialization tab and try to input those files from your data collected. So you can copy and paste it from here and put it in the corresponding field in the worksheet. So yeah, this is provided here in detail in the manual. So yeah, I think you just need to mostly copy from the file that you have in the Excel from the data from field and then put it in the blank database. After you put everything in your data, then you can rename that as you may want to. So while copying and pasting, if you were like if you are new to Excel, then instead of scrolling down like this forever, you can. The other option would be to click the topmost cell and then just go down. Without scrolling the data, go down to the end of the data and press shift and then click the end like the data in the final cell, so that you will easily select all the like data in that table and then right click and copy. And then one thing you should notice is don't sometimes the data are like generated by the software, so they have new values. They have like calculations going on in their cells, so you need to be careful that when you're pasting the values in the worksheet, you need to like only paste as values, so not as a default one. So right click the paste, and then once you copy that, you need to go to the worksheet, and then while copying it, you just right click and paste as paste special. You can go to paste special and paste as values, or only values like this, or you can just, if you are working in this, you can just do it from one of the icons here, so which says paste the values. So that would help you like get rid of some of the problems also. And so yeah, this is what is given. And finally, when you have the data in the blank database, you can easily upload that now from the FVS. So you open the FVS software, and then there is option. There's a couple of ways you can do that. There is one when you open a new run, then you automatically generate this tab for uploading inventory database, and you can go to the browse window, or you can go through manage projects, and you can click on input data and go to the browse that way also. So once you click on that, then you can get that data that you have saved. In this case, the blank worksheet. You can get this data from there, and so and you also need to, once you browse, it will give. If it's successful, it will give some information, like it's given here in the red, like it says there is some data uploaded with some rows and pre-list numbers. So you can see that and verify if it's correctly uploaded or not. And then the final step would be to install uploaded database. That's important also. So you need to not only upload but install it, the uploaded database. Before the running. And like I said, there is also another. If you are also interested to see the results in your map, and if you have the map available with you, then you can upload that also. But the requirement of that is like you have to have a field in the map that in the attribute table of the map which says that which matches with the stand ID that we had given in the inventory table, that will have same code like in this map also, so that it can understand which stand ID it is referring to. So to do that, we can go to, once we have this managed projects and importing input data, there is a tab called upload map data. Once you go there, you can just browse to your zipped save file. You don't need to unzip it, you just use the zip file, and then if your data are set up correctly, it by default it generates these fields, like gives the layer name and what is the ID that matches with the stand ID information in the inventory table. So and once you see that, you can again install the imported spatial data, and then that should be it for the for your data to do that. So yeah, so go to the FVS software and see what it looks like. But yeah, so I don't think I have time to do, like, we don't have time to do this like for now, like copying and pasting. So I have already done some of that already for you here. Once you fill your worksheet with the data that I was saying, it should look like this. So you will have tree information like this now in the Excel, in the blank sheet now, all the information from there, and then you can have you will have information about the stands like this for corresponding columns. So we have and then I save it as under the unit database your data. So now, we go to the FVS website and do a new run. First step would be to get your data. Like I said, you can go from here. Or you can go from manage projects and then go to import input data and browse into your data and click on that. So you just get this database that you have already saved. And like I said, it gives you the information. Once you upload it, it gives you the information like how many rows for each of these worksheets are there. So stand information and tree information. Now you install the uploaded database, and so that will take care of. Yeah.
So for the tree animation letter, it has every single one that you need to put in there, but for the stand it doesn't on the worksheet. What should I put in for the stand?
Stand.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of that.
Is this about a stand, tree initial data?
Oh wait, that's the stand data. Is that, do I have to put everything from that into it?
No, like only that's required, or yeah.
I was just wondering what was required.
Isn't it in the UF stand?
Yeah, I think it's.
Did you create the file for them?
Yeah, I made that file.
It's on the Moodle.
Yeah, it's on Moodle.
Oh, the already filled in one?
UF stands.
Yeah, the UF stands, and then you put it in there.
Oh, no, I know.
No, I don't have the
my-
already filled one there. No,
my-
not yet. Yeah.
My question one is, I have every, have the UF stand data. I'm wondering what I need to take from that to put into the, like, what, cause
For the
there's
tree- for the
instructions
tree data?
There's instructions for the tree one, but there's not for,
Yeah, for the stand, I think there is not more many data, so I think you would need all of that to
Okay.
go into, because there are like, yeah, those should go there.
oh, cause I couldn't find where to put it there.
So you need stand ID, variant, even year, groups, so groups will be all stands, and then location, ecoregion. So if you go further, there is this field for age, you put the age, and then this is, I think basal area factor is for what kind of prism that you are using, so in this case 15, and then this is inventory plot size, you don't need to put anything, just put 0 in that case, and then this information deviation ratio 0.1. So for the basically site species, that's a dominant species in the stand site index. Yeah, I don't think you need like basal area. Yeah, these are only columns that you need to put in there. So I think you are saying about this basal area factor.
Oh, that's basal area factor.
Yeah, that's just basal area factor. So it has that column there.
Thank you.
So once you do this and install your uploaded data, you can just run your simulations using the imported data. You go to stands, select your way of running the stand. Mostly you do it by stand label, and then select the variant. We only have this southern variant for that data. Select all stands. You will the stands will pop out here, and then if you want to use all of them, just add stands in these groups, and then these 3 stands will be selected for the model simulation run, and you can change the time from when to start and ending, when to end, and you need to do further analysis about management regarding things. You can change those here. You can select what kind of output you want, tree list, stand visualization, and then you can change the management ID if you want, and run. So you get this merchantable volume for different stands, because that's a default value. You can also go to see other like outputs if you want to see other view outputs and other things. So yeah, so that's how you do. But you can also include, like I said, upload map data. Maybe I need to do that. add a map data, you need to add that along with your inventory data. Once you we did this, add this inventory data, we go to the upload map data and then browse where your map is located. In this case, yeah, it is in the zip file. So if you click the whole folder name and then it reads from there. So it's imported, but you also need to install the imported special data. Now, when you run it, like as you did before. So these are outputs from your inventory map. You can also now view. I hope this works. View on map. You select the run that you had added. Yeah, so it also shows your map now. Since you added it, and you can point to your stand location, and then it gives you that the information in table format, like which year, what is the trend of your selected variable. In this case, density or tree per acre is shown for that stand. So we have 3 different stands. You can get move your cursor and see the information there. So